We've heard enough excuses from Hillary Clinton as to why she didn't win the White House. I didn't think there were any more left. But behold, there's another. Here's her latest gem.
You may be the only presidential candidate since World War II that actually had to stand up and say, I am a capitalist. And you did. Did it hurt you?
Probably. I mean, you know, it's hard. It's hard to know, but I mean, if you're in the Iowa caucuses and 41% of Democrats are socialists or self-described socialists, and I'm asked, "Are you a capitalist?" and I say yes, but with appropriate regulation and appropriate accountability. You know, that probably gets lost in the, oh my gosh, she's a capitalist.
I mean.
All right, well, so people are like, yet another. We're like adding him up, hashtag, yet another excuse. So what's going on here, Greg? Because I know you get delighted every time Hillary makes an appearance.
This one's especially hilarious because she's right.
Yep.
A large portion of the Democratic Party are sniveling socialists. They're for the universal base income, higher taxes, top-down control over
guaranteed
people,
jobs.
Guaranteed jobs. Identity over the individual, but they weren't voting for Trump. She was their only choice, so she shouldn't be complaining. And I don't think the Democratic Party would actually disagree with her on this. They are chasing a failed system. We have the most effective political economical system in the history of the world, but the Democrats, they're like Sideshow Bob. They keep walking into rakes, you know, and it's always going to be, they're always going to move to socialism, and they're always going to fail.
All right, that was a good little...
Sideshow Bob walking into rakes? Well, probably the best
I know, that
episode.
analogy was good, but I think we should move this excuse maybe to number one. It actually has some credence to it. So well done, well done.
But it's a lie, too.
Well,
but it is very instructive about what's going to happen in 2020.
Yeah.
Because the ground really shifted under Hillary Clinton's feet
from
when she ran in 2008 to 2016. In 2008, Bernie Sanders could not have run as an avowed socialist and won. If you think about the free trade politics of a JFK, a Bill Clinton, even a President Obama, everything had changed. And I don't know what they're going to do in 2020, because if the economy is going as well, it's going super well now, can that continue to 2020? Probably for a little while here. How are they going to make an argument that there should be something different? I think that will be very difficult. But if you look at a place like Ohio right now, there's a very heated gubernatorial race. The Bernie Sanders supporters are out there in force, and you have a state that is actually turning pretty red, and it's more likely that a Republican will be able to win both statewide contests, the Senate and the governor's race this year.
All right, indeed. It's interesting. They're probably like furiously scribbling at home to come up with another idea. It's like, whoa, this tactic's not going to work. But it's true. You saw it with just kind of the groundswell of support, Jesse, for Bernie Sanders, more progressive candidates, forcing the Democratic Party as a whole to tack further to the left and more progressive ideology. A little bit of a pinch for him there.
Yeah, Democrats like Bernie because he fights for the poor and he looks poor. That really helps him with the hair and everything like that. Right. Democrats don't do well when they run really wealthy candidates. If you look at Gore and Kerry and Hillary, you got to get someone like Bernie that's a little disheveled and can fight for the little guy. That's authentic. But honestly, capitalism's a dirty word for Democrats. They love socialism, but they can't define it. When you ask a Democrat, and I do this on the street, where has socialism worked? They can never say. Has it worked in Venezuela? Not so much.
They don't give you the old
And they'll point
Finland?
to Sweden. Right.
Yeah.
So they'll point to Sweden. Okay, if Sweden's fine, if you want to be taken care of for the rest of your life, if you want to live a middle-class life, if you start with nothing in this country, you can have a yacht. In Sweden, that can never happen. The best part about America is there's upward mobility and grit, and that's rewarded. It's never going to be rewarded in Sweden. That's why the Democrats get themselves in trouble, because they're always offering handouts instead of hand-ups.
I was like, so weird. It was like an infomercial. You too can get a yacht.
Although I have to disagree with you before I get to one. You know, there are some very good-looking poor people.
Yes.
I was poor for a long time.
I was one of them.
Yes. I was poor for a long time.
And I'm still more poor than you.
Yeah.
And better looking.
Everyone was poor in college.
You just proved your point.
All right. Jesse really didn't mean that. Nevertheless, the mom text is going to be
She already hit me up for a poll I cited. She wanted it sourced, and she wanted the sample size.
Yeah.
And margin of error. All right, Juan.
So, in fact, you know, you're always citing Rasmussen, which is conservative leading. They have almost half of Americans agreeing that we should have guaranteed jobs in this country.
Well, that scares
me.
So
I guess they're socialist. But I mean, what you have at this moment in terms of income inequality is a heightened sense of concern and people feeling, oh, I got left behind. I'm never going to catch up. I can't get a house as good as my parents. But the key here is, I remember you guys going after Hillary Clinton during the campaign for why doesn't she release her speeches to Wall Street? So this is part of the same attack initiated by Bernie Sanders, who came within 1 percentage point of tying Hillary Clinton in Iowa, a state where about half of the Democrats said they would self-describe as socialists. And those numbers are national if you especially look at young Democrats. But I think they're confusing socialism with populism of the Trump, Bernie Sanders style, which is really about speaking to economic needs in a nation where the opportunity for progress has been diminished because of income inequality.
Good point.
All right. That's it for us now.